The brothers from another mother. We got Ken and we have Ryan. I'm sure they hear that joke once or twice a day. And they are from Brothers That Just Do Gutters. Everybody knows who these guys are. Gentlemen, hello. Happy Friday.
What's up, Frank? Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
We like to say brothers from another gutter.
Brothers from another gutter. All right, I got it. As you can tell, I have my crisp Brothers hat on.
I know.
And I put it on because I wanted to announce
franchisee.
I'm the newest franchisee in Greenwich, Connecticut. We're super excited. I joke. Actually, I would be privileged to be a franchisee with these guys. I have my head spinning with other ventures, as they know, but I've known these dudes for as long as we've all been in business. We're like 60 miles away. We've had chit-chats and conversations, and then earlier this year, they had me over, and I was running around the office with Ryan and ran around and spent some time together. Ken, what's going on with you, man? You're elusive. You're like an elusive beast in the jungle. What are you doing?
Well, that's what I try and do. I try and step aside and let others take the lead. So, but yeah, I was working behind the scenes a little bit here now. For instance, today I was on the phone and talking with Danny, and I still talk to the team members over at Brothers Gutters, still get on the management team meetings. And, I'm basically doing some projects right now that are pretty cool. But, yeah, as far as day-to-day stuff, I'm not in any of the day-to-day stuff. But, that's something.
For those that don't know, let me just preface before you guys go off. Those that don't know, these guys put together this amazing franchise. They are the founders. And they were bought out a few years ago now. Time does fly, but they're no longer owners. There's another entity that owns the franchise network, and they both sort of liaise in different realms. I have no idea exactly how, but they both are. You guys are. You still get a little touch, right? You still get a little action.
So we're the founders. We partnered with private equity to take this thing to the next level. And so, I'm the CEO of the entire platform that we're part of. So not only do I work with Brothers every day, I work with some other brands, and it's just given us so much more ability to improve the system, improve the offerings for our franchisees, for the clients. But yes, Ken and I are still involved at that level. And it's just,
you guys eat, breathe and sleep this stuff. The whole point of this call is we're going to be hanging out in just a few short weeks at GutterCon. You two are going to be the keynote speakers of this thing. You're still really plugged in. It's obvious you're still passionate about this thing.
We love it. I love this industry. Ken loves this industry. It's a weird industry. And
what are you trying to say?
Like in the beginning, I remember, seeing another gutter guy, and I didn't realize we had to hate each other. I'm like, yo, what's up? At the distributor, and they're like, screw you, kid. It was like the weirdest thing because all my buddies were electricians and plumbers. They're in like associations together. And I'm like, what is with this? And it was so hard. There was actually only one gutter guy that actually we'd get together once in a while, and it was cool to kind of share. And so then when GutterCon started to get organized, we were still really deep in our franchise. And I was like, wow, look at this. For the first time ever, it looks like gutter guys are going to start organizing and talking to each other. Right. And then
that's what's going on here. This is why I'm so excited to have you guys a part of this. It's instantaneous bonding at these events. It's so cool. I did the first GutterCon in Denver 4 years ago, coming on 4 years. And I had 10 new best friends within 2 hours. It was unreal. So that's what so that's one element. I can't wait to kind of show off what we have going on here to you guys. But for you guys to come in and speak and do the keynote thing, and I am just so excited for the crowd that's going to be in attendance because, you guys crack me up because you have such a wealth of knowledge in 21 years or whatever, 22 years. But you have great stories, And it wasn't all win-win-win. Like you guys tripped and stumbled, and you have hilarious, just like any of us, right? You're just another guy like we are, and but you bring all of that. And I hope you tell some really cool anecdotal stories on stage, because that's what these guys want to hear.
I can't wait, because we don't get to tell the stories, like the story of the story, the stupid crap that Kenny would do on the jobs, or the practical jokes, or
Right.
some of the stuff that, like, yeah, a gutter guy, they're gonna get it. They're gonna
Yes,
they're gonna
100%.
understand what we've been through. It's amazing.
The other thing is too, and for you guys that are a little, there's trepidation, or you're now we do have a technical issue with Kenny, so if he comes and goes, just be patient, folks at home. But these guys, their marketing is just on point. It's one of the things that really needs to be in place if you're rolling out a successful franchise. And they didn't get bought up and bought out for no good reason. They obviously had that all dialed in, and whatever steps they took to make that happen. But for you guys that are just not into franchises, the thought that you may be threatened by a Brothers Gutters franchise near you, you got to grow beyond that. You have to step up, step aside, get out of the way of your own fears, and listen to guys like this, because there's pieces and elements to how they run their business, how they've evolved their marketing prowess, that you could take home to your business, even though you want nothing to do with a franchise. That's cool. These guys are open books, and they're going to bring the fire at GutterCon, and there's so much stuff you could take home. And who knows, maybe you say, you know what, I want to be part of this thing with them. I mean, there's a place for everyone. It might resonate with some of you, but for those of you that just need to, as they say, if you can't beat them, join them. But honestly, if you have trepidation, or you feel like you're threatened, all the more reason why you got to get close to the fire and figure out how they're doing what they're doing. And these two guys are not intimidated by that, and they're gonna bring the heat and show you what's up. And they're just fun-loving guys. This is gonna be really cool. I'm so excited you guys are coming.
Looking forward to it.
I'm going to shut up for a minute. What can they expect from you? What are you guys planning on? If you gave them like a hot list of 2 or 3 things you may drop on a table and impart the audience with, what are you planning on delivering at this show?
I think we'll tell our story to start. I think that's pretty powerful, and a lot of those anecdotal stories will be intertwined within that. And then talking about the systems and the culture, and how you marry those two together in business, I think is really helpful for any business owner.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And leadership. I mean, at the end of the day, Ken can't help himself. I mean, what we have to do to become the leaders that our companies need us to be. I'll give you a preview. A players don't work for B leaders. And all these guys, I don't care if it's gutter, anywhere, all these people that say you can't find good help, it's not true. Are you a good leader? Are you the guy people want to work for? So, yeah, we're going to really talk about, our internal things that we had to do, what we had to do to build the business. And, yeah, we're going to have fun. And, we'll get into it. And actually, we have a booth. We're going to be there. We're going to actually be there with some franchisees. A couple of the franchisees that are attending actually had gutter businesses and converted into a Brothers Gutters franchise. So you can ask them flat out, is it worth it? What was it like? What's better? Why would you give them part of your money? Sure. Any of it. Like you said, we'll be as open as we possibly can without sharing some of the secret sauce. When right. people buy a franchise, I don't think they want us going up there telling everything, but
right, of course,
we will give you.
I mean, you guys don't bite, do you? Are you guys dangerous? Does anybody have rabies? Like, can the average Joe come over to the booth, even though he's maybe not interested at all, and like
that's all we hope for? Yeah, we've got no expectation other to provide value out of going to GutterCon.
Awesome, and then. VIP events, you guys will be out. You're going to do some Top Golf and have some giggles with us, or what?
Tickle fights, you name it, whatever you want, Frank.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, Ryan, though, it's not me.
What'd you say, Ken?
Yeah, Ryan's a fight guy, not me.
Well, there's food, folks, and fun and drinks and, jokes. I mean, we have so much fun at those events. I turn around and I'm like, by like the third, fourth round of the golfing, I'm like, skip my turn. I'm in the middle of a conversation. I don't even care.
No, I hear you. And we've been fortunate, Frank. I mean, we've had a business coach, and we've been part of like a big network of other contractors for over 12, 13 years. We've been networking with business owners, mostly in painting and roofing and other things, like for over 12 years, benchmarking, learning how to, what each other are doing. So we've had the benefit of what now is starting to happen in the gutter industry. We've been part of this kind of stuff, and it's made us who we are. So I think it's really cool that this is happening.
Hey, while we have you on, you guys want to just kind of like give us the pulse on the franchise network currently? Like, where are you guys at? What's head count? What's doing right now? What's current events?
So we're at about 130 franchisees and counting right now.
Wow.
Sold over about 400 and something units. And what a unit is basically a franchisee is buying territory. And on average, one franchisee is buying 3 of those from us. So
to me, that spells success. I mean, it's working on unit 1, so they go to 2 and 3.
Yes.
That's the easy math on that, right?
And you don't want to run out of territory where once you grow it to whatever, $1 million, $2 million, you don't want to be like, I can't grow any higher because I'm stuck. So they have the ability to continue to grow in bigger territories so that you're not getting landlocked and hitting some saturation point a couple years in the business.
Sure. Now, it's funny. There's that evolution, I guess, as an operator, where I don't really get caught up in like technical chit chats about hand-cut miters and how many crews. And I know, once you get at 30,000 feet and you're looking at numbers in a different way, you don't talk about certain things. And sometimes that insults other people. They're like, well, yes, it all is driven by installation, 100%. But, I don't know, like what's a large sized franchisee? How many crews are they running?
Most franchisees are running two to. I mean, if you're taking an average, we've got a lot of people that are brand new, but the average franchisee does about $1 million a year, and that's within the first couple years. And then we've got them growing to $2, $3, $4 million, and that takes a little bit of time. But like you said, it's like, for many, many years, once you start growing the business, you almost forget you do gutters because you're more of a marketing company, a technology company that happens to do gutters, a leadership company. And that's the reality of when you grow a business. It's, when you're doing the work, it's all about the work. As soon as you've got crews doing it, you're thinking about, how do I recruit? How do I keep them engaged? How do I figure out how to give them health insurance? Like, how do I get someone to answer the phone? How do I charge for that? I mean, the business continues to evolve. As soon as you take the tool belt off, man, can you grow a business?
Sure. And I know everybody's got a busy schedule today. In parting, what are some like motivational or tips and tricks or advice you can give the small guy that's like at like $250,000 and has all of this room to grow and try to hit that $1 million glass ceiling and smash that and all of that? What do you say to the small timer that is trying to really find his way and get his battle rhythm? And you want to give him some words of motivation?
Yeah, definitely. I was just having a talk with this. There's a guy I'm doing a project right now on a barn dominium on a property that I have.
Nice.
And spray foam guy who's been doing it for 25 years. But this guy, he's asking me a bunch of questions. And the first thing I told him was, you got to get a coach, because when you're in there wearing all these hats, you have to have somebody that you could set some time aside in your week that you're going to stay consistent with and engaged with, that's going to be able to start teaching you about things, because one of the mentalities that you have to get out of and a coach helps you do is not how am I going to do this or how am I going to scale this, it's who am I going to get along the way to help me. And one of the biggest things I see with guys that are just starting out is you really need somebody as an admin. An admin to administrate the business side of things, the number side of things, so that you don't have to, is a very easy way to start the foundation of building something that can scale. And then you can move to getting a salesperson, right? And then you don't have to really work on that. And then it's a natural progression. It starts to progress. It's baby steps. But having a coach keeps you on track so that they can hold you accountable. And that's really the biggest things. And as we're being held accountable, we can start making the changes that we need in the business, but also personally as well, to grow it to the level that we envision it to grow to.
That's great advice. What do you think on that, Ryan? Any tips out there for the small guy that's trying to find his way?
Yeah, I mean, it's your vision has to be bigger than what you can do on your own. It has to involve other people, as you'll never grow a business that has scale. And I just can't imagine that anybody really wants to do, fast forward 25 years, all the people that we know that had a gutter company, an electrical company, and they want to retire and they want to sell their business, and it's only worth what their equipment is.
Yeah.
Scaling a business actually provides value to your business, to what you're doing. It actually promotes, you're giving more people jobs. And if you can't afford a coach, your clients are your best coach. They tell you every day, oh my God, hey, nobody called on the way. Like, you guys just showed up and started doing gutters. Oh, you know what? I should call on the way, right? It's right there for us to take. And if these two knuckleheads here, me and my brother, if we could figure it out, you can figure it out. So that's our passion. Our passion is for people that are stuck. One of the biggest reasons we started our own podcast is because, we have a heart for the gutter guy that's stuck. That's like, man, I'm only getting older. I can't get past one crew, or every time I'm not on a crew, everything falls apart. Right. That's why we built this gutter system, so that you can actually get out of the hourglass, but still as a company go forward with you. So, and I know it's not for everybody, and there's plenty of people that, can figure it out and they can get past that. But the majority of people in the trades don't really get past owner operator. And that really is our heart, is to get people out of that their business is valuable someday when they want to sell, that somebody would want to buy it, and they can actually make some money and possibly even retire on that.
These guys nail it. I mean, obviously there's a lot of wisdom here. My 2 cents, right in line with this, definitely need coaching. But I would say start with getting to GutterCon. Get around people like this. Get close to these guys. Strike up a conversation. Play a little top golf, whatever. But you need to start getting in the mindset of getting near people that focus on this type of stuff. And the coaching will fall into place. You'll find the right person that suits you, and away you go. But half the battle is just awareness and getting with birds of a feather. So, guys, I really, really appreciate your time. I know you're busy. Ken is breeding dogs over there. Ryan is building a log cabin. And you guys are amazing. I can't wait to break bread.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Appreciate all you do for the industry. Can't wait to see you at GutterCon.
Ditto, guys.
Take care.
All right. Happy weekend.